today's this M-Tech. So this blade is probably my favorite blade. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Probably not. But there's multiple reasons for that. I really like the size. It's just big enough that you can use it to, well, maybe. No, it's not gonna work. It's just big enough that you can use it as a chopper. You can use it kind of as a machete going through the woods if you need to. This thing, you can use the back of it to hammer with. It's got a lot of weight behind it. I like that end. It's full tang, but it's also not so big that it gets in the way. Like it's big enough that you've got a lot of versatility, but it's not so big that you lose any control. I really like this thing. I really like the size. Really like how it's made. I really like this handle. It fits super well in my hand. But let's start actually using it a little bit and showing you guys what this thing can do. So this thing, even though I use it a lot, it keeps its edge really well. It's very sharp. And obviously this isn't exactly a real world scenario, but you guys can kind of see here. Move over to another one here. The tip of this blade is also very strong, does not bend. If I can get you guys to focus again. Absolutely no issues there. Perfectly fine. Like I said, you can beat on this thing. Absolutely no issues. I've already got a fire going over there, but one of the best natural fire starters is a feather stick, and this knife is super good at making them. This is not the best wood, and I can't hold it very well because I'm trying to show you guys on camera, but you guys can see that curl that's coming off of there. Like I said, this is not the best wood. Very green, small, but does very well with that. And that goes back to kind of what I was saying about how it's big enough that you can get a lot of versatility with it, but it's not so big that it's not usable in some things like this. This knife also works very well for carving. You can shave off a lot of wood very easily. Has no issue with it at all. Just shaving that right off. One last thing here. Because of how tough this blade is and the weight of it, its size, how tough the tip is, this knife is also fairly decent as a throwing knife, whether you need that for self-defense or whatever it may be. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Right in there. That's stuck good. Real good. But, put it back up here so it focuses again. No damage to the tip whatsoever. Very sharp. No issues at all. This thing is very versatile, very strong, very good blade.